final workshop, Marketing to Drive Profit and Performance, is all about building our templates of engagement, the way that we can communicate with our customer and integrating what has been traditional formats with some digital formats as well, making sure that we're covering all the sectors that are required in order to keep that customer listening to our story and keeping them close to what it is that we are as a retail business.
When you do a workshop, you remember about 24 hours a lot, then your life in business starts to grow on you. So I would think I remember 2 points at the workshop. And one is that you have to constantly do marketing. It's good to repeat it. I'm rather mature and I had marketing classes and had several degrees in business and so on. It's always good to do it. Marketing is like marriage. You have to work on it constantly.
I think it just rounded off the first session whereby we were made aware of those focuses to really hone in on, to get the best value we could out of our own businesses. I think that it also gave us the opportunity to rethink it and apply it more to our own businesses.
Sometimes just that we don't do enough. We don't always do enough in terms of marketing. So I think marketing is something that you can't just do crazy marketing for a month and then not do anything for 5 months. It has to be something that's really consistent and that you keep on producing and getting out there. So I think that our main thing is that's our main issue, is that we would be really gung-ho and do all this stuff and then not do anything. So it's that way then you're losing contact again with your customer because you're not, there's no dialogue and there's no communication with them.
From our perspective, our biggest mistake was bringing a business from another country and not realising that the customer in a different location with a different street setting and all that kind of thing can really make a difference to your product. Talking to Sue, she said people in a busy city environment don't really stop and take in product like they would if they were on holidays and they were away for the weekend, and that's what their focus is, to stroll the street and look at collectibles and gift items like jewellery and things. I think the street I'm on is really busy and people are down to buy their bread and milk, but they don't really take the time, and I didn't understand that really or estimate that was going to happen, so that was probably our biggest mistake.
Before the workshop, I guessed what was my target market, and what the workshop was very useful for me, that to realize that is the most important, which is my market is between 25 and 35 years old women. I thought I will use the workshop to expand of wider target market like men or older people. And the workshop made me realize you have to find your brand in another session and you have to market to your target market.
Where I really felt I had lacked probably knowledge more than anything, or the time to apply, was around the social media and how important that is to my business. I have a shop front, but it's only available to view for those that actually pass it, and you need to actually create more footfall and more storylines. So not only are you seeking press coverage or more people going past and noticing you, the only way you can do that is to actually generate a presence online.
What surprised me about social media too is that it's about conversation and being social, and it's actually about what you enjoy, so people can engage with that and then you engage with what they enjoy. But as a business, you can't just put your product up and go buy it. You've actually got to do it, you've got to substantiate it with facts of why your product's there and how it came to be and the history of it. From our perspective, we do collectibles and handmade pieces too. So you don't just put the piece up and say this is handmade and rare and the only one. You have to say what was the thinking behind the product, you know, where did you source it from and why, and what's the value of that. It's not just about the product, it's about the value behind the product, which I've been educating people about in the public, but you need to do it on Facebook and on the internet as well.
I think retail is a bit of a hard gig, especially right now, but I also think that you can work and approach things in a really clever and unique way that will help you sort of stand out from everyone else. And so I feel in a way also quite hopeful.
I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to be part of this, and appreciate the fact that someone had the foresight to realise that Australia is backbone of commercial business is small business, and we really don't get any support really from the government as a whole. So this local council getting behind, trying to give the retailers some support is actually quite refreshing. And it would be great to see it propagate across the whole of small business.
I really believe bringing retailers together in the workshops is really a wonderful thing, because you've got people at different levels. Some have been doing it for 20 years, some 2 years, some have been on the internet for a while and are really quite advanced, and then someone like me who's wanting to do a website can in the breaks find out a whole lot of new stuff to help my business on the internet. And because there's so much going on, you want to pull out key things that are like stepping stones to help you get on the road. And I think that was really beneficial in the course.
And I had to work on my business. So if nothing else, it's several hours of intense knowledge coming to you with a fresh eye, and food, breaks, socializing with the like-minded. Everybody was after the same thing, to learn, and you have to do it. If you don't do it, you die.